Hey everyone, Shaedow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. In this video you'll see me take Wolverine through several fights to clear the way to Green Goblin. As you can see, I even fight Groot with him, even though that's not optimal. I wanted to show off Wolverine and show how good of a lane clearer he is. I don't fight Green Goblin with him though. I use Scarlet Witch. Yes, she is still good, and I don't regret taking her to rank 5. She was my first rank 5 4-star. She's also not optimal for fighting Green Goblin, but as you'll see, she can go. Alright, so while the lane clearing is going on, I wanted to share something with you guys that you might find funny and or informative. So I never did Act 4 100%. I never saw the need to. But then, earlier this week, I was watching Brian Grant's stream, and he was showing off his masteries. Now, I'm not all that interested in seeing his masteries because I've seen them before, but something caught my eye this time. I noticed that he had deep wounds maxed out. Now, the reason I found this odd is because I know he runs a suicide build. I do as well when I'm grinding arena, and I never have the points to max out deep wounds. I end up putting 1 or 2 points there and 1 point in assassin, or maybe 2. But I rewound it, and I wanted to see the rest of his masteries because I figured he must have switched out of his suicides. But nope, he still had them. So I looked closely, and I counted up the points, and I saw he had 4 more points than I did. So that piqued my interest. How in the world did he have 59 points? So I did a little investigating, and soon I found that when you complete Act 4 100%, it grants you 4 more mastery points. If I had known that, I'd have done this a long time ago. Here I am spending units freely on feature crystals because I thought that the masteries that I wanted I had already unlocked, so I didn't really need to be that thrifty with units. But I could have been using them to buy energy refills to knock this out and get more mastery points. I've been working on Act 5 and was on Chapter 3 when I learned about this, so I waited until the next completion event and started fully exploring Act 4. But then I remembered I still haven't finished fully exploring the current Master Mode challenge. So I switched over to do that. I had just finished fully exploring this chapter, and I thought, you know what? Why don't I make a video of me clearing one path and a Green Goblin fight? Because he was a little bit interesting to fight. So I actually bought an energy refill and went back through. Now, I had a couple of attempts that didn't go so well, and I included them at the end of this video, so you'll see what happened. Now, what makes Green Goblin's fight a little bit interesting is the Tyranny buff. That buff does not allow hero-type champions to generate any power. Now, I've beaten him with Gwenpool, I've beaten him with Scarlet Witch, I've beaten him with Spider-Man Stark Enhanced, and I even beat him with Magneto Red, who is only rank 3. Right now, I'm waiting for completion to come around again, and I'll finish Master Mode, full explore, and then I'll move on to Act 4 and finally knock that out. So as you saw, clearing with Wolverine was pretty easy. I made a few mistakes and had to deal with the game lagging, but his regen meant that I was able to get to Green Goblin without using any items. Now, about this fight. Green Goblin seems pretty easy to fight. The only thing that made this a bit challenging was the Tyranny buff. This buff prevents heroes from generating any power. Scarlet Witch is a hero, so you'll see throughout the fight she doesn't generate any power. But does she need to? You'll see. Anyway, I had planned originally to come in here with Ultron. I haven't tried with Ultron before, but I think he would be a very good option for this fight. But he was stuck in Alliance War. And I'm not sure if I'll make another video with him fighting Green Goblin, but if there's some interest, then I will. Let me know, leave a comment below if you want to see that. Alright, so as you can see, this fight is going pretty well. She's not generating any power, but she doesn't seem to be bothered too much by it. His heavy attacks are very easy to dodge, you just have to pay attention, because I'm still not used to his animation. So you'll see a little bit later on, I do get clipped by one of his heavies. I have not figured out the timing on this, but as you saw there, I did a fairly good job of evading that special. But most of the time throughout this fight, what you'll see me do is block the first part of it and then evade that last pumpkin bomb. So as you can see, my style of fighting uses parry. I use parry a lot. You see there, I blocked and then dodged that last one. I intercepted right there. I don't intercept a lot, but I do intercept. You saw me get caught by his heavy. As I said before, I'm not used to his animations, and so I missed the little cue there. But what makes Scarlet Witch very viable here, you see her regen. She's regenning her health. Her power lock and her power steal are awesome, and you'll see that she also stuns him very nicely as well. So in my opinion, Scarlet Witch is still a top tier champion. Alright, so this fight is coming to a close. As you can see, her damage output is very good, and she's just ripping him apart. In fact, all of the damage comes from blocking his special one and that one heavy that I took to the face. Other than that, didn't really have a problem with Green Goblin. And that's the takedown of Green Goblin with Scarlet Witch in Master Mode. Still a queen. Next up is a previous attempt with Gwenpool. Now, I've taken down Green Goblin with Gwenpool before. She does a crazy amount of damage, and he goes down nice and smooth with her. My tactics are basically to bleed him dry, bait out his special one, and just keep dodging his heavy. But in this fight, you'll see I got a little too happy and pushed him to his L2 by mistake. No problem. I wasn't familiar with his L2. I've seen it a couple of times, but I wasn't planning on trying to evade it. Instead, I just said I'm going to block it, take the damage, and deal with it. But as you'll see, the game had other ideas. Alright, so we're baiting, ready to block it. Looks like he doesn't want to do it. And here we go, he finally does it. I blocked the first one, I'm incinerated, and I'm dead. I never let up off the block. I'm not sure what happened there. I looked at it a few times. I don't know if that's just part of his special 2, that maybe that part is not blockable. I don't know. I didn't see any unblockable message or anything like that, so no clue. If you guys know of something, leave a comment below and let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to call that a game glitch. Alright, so I slowed this next part down so you guys can see what happened. Now watch what happens in our combo. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Look at her 4th hit. It just whiffed. Now he can execute his special, which he does. That last attack of hers had no chance of landing because he had already executed his special. But the fun doesn't stop there. And this is why I know that I was dealing with lag issues. Now you're going to start seeing little stutters like right there. That's lag. That's the game lagging. And look at this. This is not me slowing it down. That's what the game did to me while I was fighting. So, as you can see, I couldn't fight like that. Very, very frustrating. But that's going to do it, guys. If you liked the video, please consider giving me a like. If you have not subscribed already, please consider giving me a subscription. And you guys have a blessed day.